Well, what do we have here? I got a nice little stack of these old plastic Ruger Tupperware containers. These held many different various models of Ruger pistols over the years, but today I think we're only going to talk about one particular line of their pistols. Today, we're doing another pattern collecting video. And in this pattern collecting video, we're going to talk about the Ruger Mark series of pistols. Some people call them the standards or the target models, but they were all based on the original design from Bill Ruger from 1949. Now, his original design was actually based on a Nambu pistol from Japan. And when I started looking for these pistols, the first one that I ever bought was a Ruger Standard, and it was just a generic blued model with around a 4.5-inch barrel. And I have bought a few others throughout the years, so we're going to go through these one by one and take a little bit closer look at each one of these different series of Mark pistols that I have. So over the years, I have collected 4 of these, and there are almost an infinite different number of models and variations of these guns that are out there. The real reason that I initially started looking for one is I have a Smith & Wesson Victory 22 target pistol, and I love that pistol. I love how easy it is to shoot and how light the trigger is and how accurate it is. But I've always had a love for Ruger semi-automatic pistols, especially their 22s. The very first gun I ever bought was the Ruger SR22P pistol. And as I started looking for more 22 target pistols, I started looking at the Ruger Mark series of pistols, and they had so many good reviews on them. People seem to really love these and cherish them. They have fantastic triggers, and despite the fact that most people can't figure out how to take down and clean a 1, 2, or 3 series pistol, that didn't scare me. So this is actually the very first Mark pistol that I ever bought, and this one I bought from a gun shop in Worcester, Massachusetts. From what I recall when I bought it, it was actually a police confiscation. So this particular Mark 1 was bought sometime in the 1970s, and somewhere along the line, someone took it and did some nefarious things with it, and it ended up in the hands of cops, or it was a gun that somebody just turned over to the cops when a relative died or something. I don't really know the history on it, but it did come as a police trade-in or a police turn-in to the shop, and I got it for a really good deal. I think I paid around $250 or $299 for this gun when I bought it, and it came with a really cool Hunter holster. It didn't have the plastic Ruger blow molded case or anything like that with it. It had only one magazine, but it was a really good price. It had a little tiny bit of surface rust here and there on it, and with a little bit of elbow grease and some just CLP and a cleaning rag and rubbing the bluing on this, I was able to get all the rust off of it, and this gun looks absolutely fantastic. Now, this was Bill Ruger's original design, and again, you can kind of see how it looks like a Nambu pistol. A lot of people think it looks more like a Luger P08 pistol, but it actually was designed based on the Japanese Nambu pistol. And this is the holster that this particular gun came with when I got it. And it probably had surface rust on it because storing pistols inside of a leather holster is not good for long-term storage. The leather has tannins and things like that in it that actually will get into the metal on the gun and cause it to corrode over time. So that's why I bought this blow molded case. The other thing that's cool about the blow molded case is you can fit 3 additional magazines inside the case in these nifty little blow molded areas that are specifically set for the magazines. You can also store an extra box of 50 rounds of ammo in here, and it has a little clip in the lid that you can neatly keep all the information for that gun. So that was the first one I bought. This is the second one I bought. This is a Ruger Mark III target pistol. This one has a little bit longer barrel than the Ruger Standard that I have, and being the Mark III, it has some different features on it. Instead of having the grip or the heel release for the magazine, this one actually has a push-button magazine release. And in the Mark II series, they introduced a last shot hold open, which the Ruger Standard model does not have. However, this one does have the last shot hold open. You can see that this has very different sights on it as well. It has fully adjustable rear target sights. They're adjustable for windage and elevation. And it has a nice target style front sight. I guess you would probably call it a Patridge style front sight. And this one, again, I wanted this one specifically because I wanted a blued target model. And the Mark IIIs you can get really cheap because they had features that people don't like. These ones had a magazine disconnect in them. They also had a loaded chamber indicator, and you can buy parts to delete both of those functions. I have deleted the chamber indicator on this one because I thought it was really kind of dumb. Basically, it's a slot on the left side of the receiver that pops out when you have a round in the chamber, and you can buy parts from Volquartsen to replace that without any trouble at all. You basically do a quick field strip on the gun. There's one pin you have to take out, and then you use a screw to replace and put in that loaded chamber indicator blank. Again, this blow molded case, just like the other one, holds 3 magazines plus an additional 50 rounds of ammo, and it also has a spot for the literature in it. So once I got my 2 blued models of the Mark pistols, I wanted some stainless steel ones. So the next one that I purchased was this Mark II stainless steel, and I believe this has a 5-inch barrel. This is a Target model as well. And a lot of people that collect these guns say that the Mark II variants were just the best ones that were out there. Out of the box, they have fantastic triggers. They have the last shot hold open function. They still have the heel release magazine release, and they're just extremely well built. They don't have the loaded chamber indicator or the magazine disconnect that people did not like about the Generation 3. They still have fully adjustable rear target sights, which are really easy to adjust just with a small flathead screwdriver, and they have a really good front sight on these. Honestly, I tend to agree with people that the Mark II pistols are probably some of the best ones that are out there. They just feel great in the hand. They have a great feature set. They work well. And again, they don't have the annoying features that were put in the 90s to appease the government. So this is my Mark II target pistol in stainless steel, and this is one of my favorites. I think they're actually all my favorite, and the whole reason I do pattern collecting is because I want different variants, so every specific individual variant is my favorite. Once again, I bought the blow molded plastic case that has the storage for the 3 magazines, the extra 50 rounds of ammo, and the literature. And I don't think any of these pistols actually came with the blow molded cases. I bought all of them after the fact. And then last but not least, this is the most recent one that I got. And I actually bought this one with the money that I got from selling my Henry U.S. Survival and my Bond Arms Derringer. So after doing my 22 Minimalist Survival Rifle series, a lot of people suggested that a Ruger Mark Series pistol in stainless steel would be a great survival pistol, and maybe it was the power of suggestion from everybody telling me that a Ruger Standard in stainless steel would be a great survival pistol. But when I had sold my other 2 guns, I was in the gun shop, and this was on the shelf for a price I couldn't turn down. Again, $299 for a Ruger Mark II pistol, which has the last shot hold open, does not have the annoying features that were added in the Mark III, like the loaded chamber indicator and the magazine disconnect. So again, these are really the best of the Ruger Mark Series pistols, and I wanted a stainless steel in a standard model because I really like the way these look. And I had a blued one, so I had to get a stainless. So that's going to do it for this edition of Cranky Gun Reviews and this edition of Pattern Collecting. This video was on the Ruger Mark series of pistols, and I have 2 stainless steel models, a Mark II stainless steel standard, a Mark II stainless steel target model, a blued Ruger standard, and a blued Mark III target model. And the only other one of these that I might think about getting in the future is one of the, like a 6 7/8 inch barrel, because they're kind of goofy looking, but they're really cool. So if I buy that, you'll see it on my channel. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.